Where's the shot from? Is it from like upper body?
Like,
yeah, cool, that's fine. Doesn't matter where that's probably... Try and keep that in there. So we're here in Llanberis at the foot of Snowdon. It's the morning after the event's finished and I am shattered. My body's still in bits, but I'm mightily relieved, and yeah, it feels good to talk about this in the past tense. It's completed, it's done, and no one can ever take that away from me now. There was plenty of times during the challenge I didn't think we were going to make it through. The first major one was in Belfast. A lady wasn't too kind on the road and ended up with me flying off the bike, screwed my hand up, cut my hand. It's still actually a little bit cut up now, and that was a good 8 or 9 days ago now. Then we had an incident in Scotland where the bike actually broke, the derailleur and the derailleur arm snapped directly as a result of the incident from Belfast the day before, which caused a 6-hour delay. Ended up getting in at 1 AM. So for 2 nights in a row we're completely sleep deprived, and that just set it off. A bit of a chain reaction there, I think. And then as we're getting towards the end, the miscalculation and the bike clattered into a height restricted bar in a car park and obliterated the rear side brake and gear lever mechanism, bent the wheel and all sorts of stuff. So that was a disaster, which caused another delay. And then on the same evening where it was getting so late, another late night, I had very little left in the tank with energy, and Google Maps sent me through this area that you just shouldn't be cycling in. And I had to walk through it, and I had little energy left. I was getting hit in the face by overhanging branches I couldn't see, the light had failed to charge. Just a lot of accumulative things where it was all adding together, and you know, it was really testing. That would have been the moment I gave up, when I came out of that little forest path and I just said, I'm done with this. I sat down in the car, had a chat with myself, got back up. I can't recall most of that hour or so after that to get to the actual hotel. It was all a bit of a blur. I was just so tired. I was on an A road, just out of focus. You wouldn't want to drive like that, so I don't know. Didn't really have a choice. I had to cycle it, but I don't know how I got through it. But yeah, there was plenty of times where I could have easily given up on that. So hitting the 5th peak, Snowdon, was probably the most relieved feeling I've had in my whole life, bar finishing the cycle. So the mountains are where I feel comfortable, the cycling I don't, my backside definitely doesn't. But hitting that summit and just knowing that it had been done was just an overriding feeling of relief, obviously ecstasy when you hit that top and you know that that's it, you're done, you just got to get down safely, which is bread and butter. That was my 31st time on top of Snowdon, so you know, it's a mountain I know very well. And yeah, to be honest, like, just a beautiful moment. We spent some time on the summit after, just admiring the views. It had cleared out completely. It was really overcast. We walked through the clouds to get up there, and it had just cleared out at the top for about 25-30 minutes while we were up there, which I believe is, you know, is just. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that actually was whatever's out there's way of saying, you know, you've done a good thing here, and this is your reward. And it really was rewarding. I spent it with 3 very special people to me, and you know, we had a wonderful few moments that I'll never ever get back again. They were things that will stay with me for the rest of my life, and you know, I spent it with 3 wonderful people who shared those final moments of a long journey. And yeah, it's just, you know, I'm blabbering a little bit because it's just such an emotional thing, and it's still really raw, you know. It's only yesterday. I'm still feeling the physical effects of this whole thing, and I'm not much of a crier, but you know, it's probably as close as I come to crying on something like this. So yeah, it was wonderful. It was a really special thing. So I think the first overriding message is, it doesn't matter how bad you feel right now or how bad things are around you, there is a way through it, and you know, it's not an easy path, it's not an easy road, and the last 12 days have been anything but easy. In terms of physical pain, that is. The emotional side of things, you know, is something that I've got through in my life. A lot of the 100 Strong event have just been purely for me to occupy my mind from traumas from the past. So this is my way of coping, and we've all got different ways, but you can deal with whatever's happening in your life right now through your own channel, so you just got to find it. I think what I'd want everyone else to take away from this is that, you know, we can all collaborate together to make a better society and to put the resources out there to help other people. Right now I've found my way of getting through my problems, whereas not everyone has, and there are solutions for everybody in society, and this is one of the reasons I did this. So, you know, there are 4 great charities we're supporting in this: Mind, LGBT Hero, Andy's Man Club and Wish, and that covers lots of pockets of society, guys. So if you've got any money spare, you know, drop a couple of pints this month, a couple of coffees in the morning, just some luxuries that we have in our life that you don't actually need, stuff that we actually just desire, and just think about where that money could go instead. We don't handle them indirectly, it goes straight to the charities, so click on the links, donate, even if it's just £5. You know, if 100 more people donate £5, we get £500 more, which does a little bit. But if 1,000 of you do it, then we've got a lot more. If 10,000 of you put a fiver in, collectively as a society, we're sharing the load a lot more, and we have a far bigger reach. I think on a personal note, the one thing that you take away from anything is that when you're the first person to achieve something, that cannot be taken away or beaten. People can do it faster, people can do it better. And that's genuinely how the world works, you know. People refine methods until things are smoother and better. But I always think the inaugural attempt at something, when it's successful, is the, you know, pioneered route, and that's what I've just achieved on this. You know, summiting Carron-Two Hill and Llyn Padarn in the way I did, they were the first time summits on those peaks for me. And I had the complete range to myself because the weather was so poor. Ben Nevis was an amazing day. Scaffold Pike was a beautiful route. I've not done the corridor route before, and Snowdon was just Snowdon. Like I said, I've done it loads of times before. But it's a special thing to be able to turn around and say, you know, I've done that. I was the first person to do that, and that's, you know, that's what I take personally from this. That's my win, because it's cost me in every other sort of avenue of my life. But yeah, it's an amazing thing. I'll have nothing but fond memories when I look back. But yeah, it's an incredible couple of weeks. Yeah, this was obviously a solo attempt on paper, but it was a supported attempt, and you don't do anything solo when there's a team behind you. So my eternal thanks to Rhiannon, she was brilliant throughout this whole thing. 2 weeks with one of my students who I've helped bring up a little bit, if you like. And you know, you learn a lot about people during that time, and you know, I think she's learned a lot of skills, and I've learned a lot of skills as well. And it's a strange one when you come away from, you know, you live with your partner or your parents, whoever it is you live with, and you're thrust into this experience with somebody different, and you kind of have to learn to live around each other and everything else, which is a bizarre thing. But you know, it worked really well. She was really thoughtful, she did her job amazingly. You know, she learned, I think one of the big things she learned from this was taking the initiative. So to start with, I was having to dictate everything. As she grew into it and grew more confidence, she started to think ahead, use her initiative, and actually that made my life a lot easier. The incident with the bike hitting the height restricted car park was definitely the low point. I think she was just in shock, like, oh no. And I was in the background thrashing around, getting really angry, because I thought the whole thing had come to an end the day before it was due to finish, in the worst possible way. But yeah, we got through it, and she's been amazing. So great job, Rhiannon, and without you, I don't know if I would have done this. So a massive thank you to everyone at home who has donated, supported, shared, liked, commented, sent personal messages of encouragement, support and congratulations. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and obviously it makes a huge difference when you're trying to do something and people are supporting you. We are a little bit disappointed with the overall response compared to last year's event. This was 10 times harder, and it's had about a quarter of the reach so far. So it would be great if more people could get behind what we're doing. This is for you and for everybody else. We are trying to support everybody in society, and without your direct support, this is not possible.